for it.
So there was a person who unfortunately lived a very immoral life, and this person died and found themselves standing before the gates of heaven. And St. Peter was there already looking this person up in nothing less than his iPad. Thanks to Steve Jobs, all of heaven now are graced with white iPads. So St. Peter says to this person, you know, things don't look so good. I can't find a single act of generosity or kindness in your life. Wait a minute, says this person. You know, I think maybe 20, 25 years ago, I saw a homeless child, and I can remember giving that child a quarter. That has to count for something. Look it up, it's got to be there. So St. Peter went back to the iPad and was looking through this file and finally found it. And he said, you know what, it is there, but it's in a footnote. So that's not going to really count for too much. And this person said, well, it's got to count for something. So St. Peter said, let me go to the person upstairs and see what that person thinks. So St. Peter went upstairs and after a little while came back and said, yeah, God did say that it counts for something. But God also said that I should give you back the quarter and tell you you're going to hell. That was supposed to be funny. Somewhat so outlandish, but it didn't work. That's okay. Let's go to the next part of this homily. I'm glad we are still recording this. You sure you want to keep recording it? So friends, the Christian life, thank goodness, is not about joking. It's not about mathematics either. It's not about calculating all of our good deeds and weighing them against our misdeeds, our sins. It's not about measuring ourselves against some, thankfully, perfect performance. This is why the very last sentence in our gospel today is so important. The measure by which you measure shall be in turn measured out to you. In light of Jesus's earlier passages, and certainly what we heard this morning, he's telling us that we need to be merciful just like his Abba was merciful. Christian life is not about measuring one thing against another. It's about imitating this Abba God. This Abba God who is not about calculating our sins, not about measuring our achievements. It's about an Abba God who continues to show us how to love and how to be loved for others. Loving our enemies, doing good to those who hate us or despise us or ignore us, blessing those who curse us, are challenges that none of us can do on our own. If in fact we are to do what Jesus commands us and to love our enemies, whether those enemies are persons or whether those enemies are forces, external forces or internal forces, whether those enemies be our inner demons, our biographies, or an external force like time. The only way we're going to do this is if God continues to give us a new heart, a new way of seeing, and nothing less than a new way of loving. So maybe the most practical command that Jesus gives us in our gospel, this beautiful passage from Luke's plain, is that we have to continue to bring all of who we are, but especially all that challenges us, all that beats us up, all that we fear, to God, in order to move our hearts closer to loving kindness. For love is the only verb that can truly transform us and can truly transform our world.